What's up, XR peeps? Is anybody nervous? We've been through this a few times, right? Over the last almost 4 years we've been doing this together, and it's always the same story. Everybody gets nervous, they lose faith, they're on their way out. Well, then go. That's all I can say. I mean, I know what my decision is from my investment objectives, and I'm sticking. And I bought more XRP today. We've got a nice dip happening. XRP is currently at 176. Fear and Greed Index is at about 23 right now. I also topped off on a few other digital assets. One of them is SEI and Ondo. I want to talk a little bit about this not partnership, but they're working together, and it's an interesting pair. Here, there's a company called Sapphire, and what they're saying is USDY is now available on Sapphire. Access tokenized U.S. Treasuries backed by short-term government securities through Ondo Finance, now live on SEI Network. So this is Sapphire talking about their stablecoin, and it's running through Ondo and SEI Network. Crazy, right? Well, you know, why they're interoperating, right? And that's what you need to have for the future financial system. All right, so let's move on to the next little. So here they're reporting that Ondo Finance is deploying its $1.2 billion worth of tokenized treasury product over on the SEI network. So these two are partnering. Now, I've been talking about this. The SEI network works off of two virtual machines, one of their own, and then also the Ethereum virtual machine. So it interoperates real well within the chain, and it's quick. Ondo is really good at tokenizing real-world assets. They've got U.S. Treasuries tokenized. They've just tokenized a bunch of Fortune 500 companies. We're going to talk about that in another little image here in this video. But this is an interesting pairing, and they're both working with the XRP ledger. So it says here, this brings a yield-bearing product backed by short-term U.S. Treasury bills and bank deposits to SEI. DeFi, tokenization, transfer of value, XRPL. And then here's the reporting over from the SEI social media. They're saying Ondo's tokenized U.S. Treasuries are now live on SEI. USDY by Ondo Finance is one of the most adopted tokenized treasury products in the market, with over 1.2 billion in circulation. Now you can use it on the fastest layer 1 for lending, collateral, savings, and more. So collateral is a big deal. You'll find that to be true in the very near future when it comes to these digital products or these blockchain-based products. You're going to need to have reliable, secure collateral, and that's what they're starting to build out here. Now, Ondo is going to have a summit here pretty soon. And in the summit, these are the companies that are going to be participating in the Ondo Finance Summit. And I mean, you're going to know all of these companies. Look at that. Citi, Visa, BNY, Wall Street Journals. Well, that's, of course, a journalism thing or a paper there. Swift, DRW, eToro, DTCC. Everything clears through DTCC. Galaxy Digital, Fidelity. We know Fidelity. PayPal. We know PayPal. Citadel. Citadel is backing that new exchange, or that new blockchain-based stock exchange, or I guess the crypto digital tokenized asset exchange up in Dallas. It's basically going to replace the New York Stock Exchange in blockchain format. So that's Citadel there. Van Eck behind them, Invesco. Then NASDAQ, Pantera Capital, Barron's is going to be there. Moody's is going to be there. Microsoft will be there. Coinbase, Vanguard, Euroclear. Let me see here. Where are we right here? BX Digital, Stockwitz. I don't know who that is. BlackRock. We all know who BlackRock is. Bloomberg. Broadridge, MasterCard, CME Group, JP Morgan, we all know who that is. Wisdom Tree Capital, FTSE Russell, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Societe Generale, Franklin Templeton, Standard Chartered, McKinsey & Company, Wellington Management, London Stock Exchange Group, and State Street Investments, all very large firms. Are you getting the picture? They're not meeting for shits and giggles, guys. While everybody's over here saying, oh, the sky is falling, the dollar is falling. Well, yeah, the dollar's been falling, and it was evident in 2009 with the housing crash. Go back and look at the movie The Big Short. Everything you saw, government, Wall Street, and all the people in power doing, they're still doing it. They're doing it even more aggressively. And the theft of the 2020 election is another, I guess, more evidence of it. It all works together, politics and money. You guys know that. In the meantime, I say that to say this. You're in charge of your financial security in your home, with your family, those that you love. And you got to make sure that the dollars that you have in the bank are safe. The bank's not going to just take them. But just keep in mind, every dollar you have in a bank is an unsecured loan to the bank. They don't owe it to you. All right? Good luck collecting it if everything goes wrong. I keep a minimum amount in the bank just because I know that to be true. Also, I know that the US dollar is losing its value quickly. It's not that we have inflation. It's that the dollar doesn't have its gusto. That's why no foreign countries are buying US treasuries. So what do we have now? We're going to have stable coins, and companies who want to issue these stable coins are going to have to buy US treasuries, cash or cash equivalents like gold, copper, silver, those kinds of things, to back each coin 1-to-1. Our Federal Reserve does not do that, guys. They just print it out of thin air. Our banks print money out of thin air. You put $1,000 in the bank, they can lend out $10,000. They just created $9,000 out of thin air. They go charge somebody 9 to 14 to 15% interest whenever that money is borrowed, but they only give you maybe 1 to 3% interest for your troubles, right? So they're making money on your money, and they're not even splitting it 50-50 with you. Man, that's pretty rough, isn't it? So that's what's going on. And so if you don't step back and take a look at it and zoom out, and see what the politics globally and here domestically in the United States have to do with the monetary system, then you're not understanding. The dollars we have known it has come to an end. It's over. The petrodollar's done. We got to go back to a gold-backed standard, God's money, so to speak. And it'll include silver, it'll include copper, palladium, all these other metals that have intrinsic value, right? But you cannot use them in a practical way in real world interactions or exchanges between companies and governments and people and retail, right? You just can't. I mean, you're not going to walk around with so many pieces of metal to pay for your products and services. But you're going to want to have a gold-backed, secure unit of account that you can transact on a global scale, 24/7, 365. You got to be able to do inexpensively and securely and quickly. Verifiably. Blockchain is built specifically for that. That's why it's no accident that this stuff came out right after the 2009 housing crash. So for me, I'm looking at the crypto market. It's tanking. I am buying stocks in the regular stock market too, whenever they're looking pretty good. And I got to tell you, I'm finding some deals. But I know some of those companies are going to be the companies of the future. And I can tell you right now, one sector I'm looking at is energy. Because we're going to need more electricity to power all those data centers that are going to power the AI, the new AI-backed. It's not going to just be the financial markets. It's going to be everything. It's going to back medical science. It's going to back our legal system. It's going to back our government system. It's going to back everything. And so those data centers are going to need to be accurate. They're going to be large. They're going to need to be fed a lot of electricity. They're going to utilize a lot of power. They need to be accurate. And they need to be live 24/7, 365 without interruption, because our new world, our new existence, our new reality is going to depend on those things. And these digital asset networks, they are networks. They're going to have value. When you buy these tokens, you're going to own part of these networks. That's what's coming, guys. Think of the dollar as Blockbuster. It's the old version of money. And the new version of money is blockchain. Man, it's coming on, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not, whether you believe it or not, and I certainly hope you look into it. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just trying to tell you what's got me here. Hopefully you can see enough to maybe see it the same way, and if you don't, that's okay. You don't have to see it my way. But I'm hoping you at least give it some consideration, because all of us have somebody we love that we want to look after financially, and this is an opportunity. A real opportunity. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. We'll see you guys on the next one. Till next time, adios, amigos.